Speaking for the management, I'm Drew Reynolds. Why is it that when we turn on the TV to watch sports, we see news? Why must we see domestic violence video clips and not the latest sports scores and highlights? Why is the sports channels continually talking about news? If you are a spurious sports fan like me and you want to see sports, domestic violence is the last thing you want to hear about. I tune into sports shows to watch sports for entertainment. Why would I want to see a video played over and over again of Ray Rice beating up his wife? Now, do not get me wrong, I am definitely not saying that the off-the-field issue shouldn't be mentioned, but continuous coverage and repeated showing of such clips, it's just too much. For instance, I'm really into sports statistics, so recently, while following a Ravens game, I turned on the halftime show, and did I get some stats? Nope. All they talked about was off-the-field issues. Very frustrating. Now, let me give you a question to think about. Why do you watch sports? A lot of people watch it to get away from the news, to watch something that isn't infiltrated with agendas and propaganda. We watch it to get away from some seriously depressing news stories. You could say sports shows are a way to take out our frustrations. When our favorite team fumbles, we scream at the TV, but that is still a relief. Sports channels provide a great way to get away from the everyday grind of life. But when sports channels are continuously bombarded with depressing news stories rather than sports, something's wrong. Now, maybe you do not feel the way that I do, and maybe you do not care if the sports channels talk about news, but I believe that there are many people that agree with me. Do you understand what I'm getting at here? We don't need continual coverage of these off-the-field issues. In fact, if it's such a big thing, why aren't they mentioning it on news channels? But I have not heard any of these issues talked about on the news. The sports channels have chosen to leave out some important news coverage and continually cover stuff most sports fans just don't care about. So let's leave the news for the news channels. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this subject. Address your remarks to WBJU TV, Bob Jones University, Greenville, South Carolina, 29614.